when I met my wife, mind you, my wife doesn't know anything, any dealings on psqaure, because the moment I walked up, I was about to walk up to her, what's she going to ask me? You don't have 30 million, like. And I said, Lola, can you give me 30 million? My wife was like, what happened? I said, to even tell her what I want to use the money, I just say, very important. See, you guys don't have, like, I don't know what to tell her. I swallowed my pride. I was able to convince her. She said she doesn't have such an amount. Of course, she was working for her dad that time. And I said, can you tell your dad? She said, Peter. I said, please, Lola, it's very important. Somehow Lola was able to convince her dad. The next day, Lola's dad gave me a draft of 30 million. I then contacted Festus Kiamo, our lawyer. Mr. Festus, I'm on my way. See, it's okay. He was going to send for Paul and Jude. We should come, I think should come around 5 o'clock in the evening. By the time I got there, everyone sat. This is the same office where that incident happened. This is what actually happened in that office. Before they started talking, Jude said, I got Festus, I better show him. Festus now look at Jude like, is there a need for this? That's okay. After all, if Peter, if you agree, if you don't agree, there's nothing will happen, just send it to me. He just gave me a document. Guess what I saw? That Mr. Peter Okoye hereby liquidate his shares and now will be replaced with Ifeoma Omokeke. I said, who is Ifeoma? I looked. I said, Jude's wife. And I looked at Paul. It's not even Anita. While that was going on, I said, I'm not going to sign it. You say you don't go sign her. But you get right to say, many people don't do business with me. North side, he asked highest share, him and Paul, 70, that they will throw me out. No. Now I'm just looking at them. I said, try him. He said, Shebi, he's about to. Meanwhile, when all these things were happening, we were building these 3 houses with money coming from Northside Entertainment. While this was happening in like 3, 4, 5 months, you stopped funding my own. They stopped funding my own building. And when that was going on, when they stopped funding my own, I didn't want to bother that moment, and I have my reasons. Because I wanted our lawyer to come and see it by himself. And I told our lawyer, I said, I'm not going to sign this document. Just say, you don't go sign up. You don't go sign up. Go collect the house for America. I said, I don't need to sign before it becomes mine. So when all these things were happening, I've already informed the property management over there in Atlanta that here is the document resolution that we have, that this house is now mine. And that time, Jude and Paul confirmed it. So right now, I've sent the document to them. So apparently, Jude's wife traveled to America. They didn't allow her to enter. Jude now said, why won't they call the apartment building? Why don't they allow her? They say, you confirm that this building is now Peter's. Say, no, it doesn't belong to you. Say, if it doesn't belong to Peter, send us another document that the 3 of you signed that says it does not belong to Peter. Of course, they know I'm not going to sign it. So in that meeting, I now said, Shebi, your wife, go there, then pursue her. They don't allow her in. So don't worry, the property is already, with or without Paul collecting the 30 million, the property is mine already. You now say, Paul, no collect them. Paul, no, just accept this document. How could they go? After all, me and Paul will soon move into our own house. And once we move in, this document, this resolution, go expire. Everybody go back to square one. And I said, so all these things is because of dollar have increased. Peter's house, or the property that Peter has added value. Guess what I did? I said, Jude, no worry. As you and Paul they move into that house, me to go follow na moving. Since I don't stop to defend my own. Jude now said, if you dey come my house, carry your coffee come. I'll go you. Like, guy, I'll go you. Bury you, nothing will happen. That was when I pulled out my phone. I started recording. I said, repeat them again. If I call your house, what will happen? Man, bring my coffee. Repeat them again, Jude.
Carry your coffee come.
If I call nigga, you don't know repeat it. See, repeat it.
What of your lawyer? Peter, shame on you.
I was recording this video. My twin brother raised his hand and slapped me.
Peter, boss said shame on you. Peter, boss said shame on you. Peter, boss said shame on you.
Now, because I've recorded the video, I left that meeting. Because it was on the mainland. I head to the island. And I sent the video to psqaure, our lawyer. By the time I was heading almost towards after the bridge, he now called me. I said, just turn back, come and carry your document. You know why? Apparently, the lawyer must have told him, Jude, Peter has so many evidence of you threatening to shoot him or kill him. Now he has recorded you. If this case really starts, I will not be any of you guys' lawyers. You guys are going to sort it out yourself. That's how I turned back. They gave me the property document in the United States of America, Atlanta. That was what happened in that video. The video you saw. Yes. Let's not forget, this is not just the first time Jude has seen me. Yes, it's not the first time. Now, if you think I'm lying, look at the termination letter I used in September 2017. I wrote it that Jude have threatened me several times. In fact, I remember that the last one he did, Jude threatened that he's going to kill me and he's going to kill my wife. And I reported it to a certain governor that time, before the governor sent for us for a meeting. And after that meeting, in less than 48 hours after that meeting, Jude posted that threat on Twitter and on Instagram. Jude posted his hands loading on 3 hands, and I remember that floor. He posted and he wrote with me, because you know I've got it. This is it. That is what Jude posted. And after that, guess what happened? After that, the fans started hitting on him. How dare you post? Because the fans don't know why he posted. They go, only me. And the question is that when Jude was doing all this threat and Paul was there, what was Paul doing? What was Paul doing? My own twin brother. Jude has threatened me several times in front of Paul that he's going to kill me. I know he can't. They know born and well. Face to face, Jude. They know born you well. Now it's beginning to make sense. Why you guys wanted me out as a shareholder on Northside Entertainment. What would have happened if I had signed it that day? Today, I won't have anything to say. Because I didn't sign it, you all went to create Northside Music. Yes. And your wife became a shareholder. The same wife you wanted me out and bring her in. I'm not stupid.